Yes. Sweet. What have you been up to, bro?
Oh man, just got back from Thailand, eh?
Yeah. How'd it go?
Oh, it was phenomenal to be fair. Yeah, like 3 months over there and I only
Man,
got
that's gone
one.
by.
Oh, too fast, bro. Too fast.
Fuck, man. Yeah. Fuck,
Yeah.
was that the last time we spoke? Was just before you were going there, eh?
Yeah, right before I think I was gonna go fighting Auckland and then
Oh,
and then that was maybe July, maybe July.
yeah, that's right. It
So
was too.
a month before I ran off to Thailand, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you just fought and won, eh? And then
Exactly, yeah.
was all go. I'm just getting the charger, bro. That's why I'm wandering around. Oh fuck. Laptop was going flat. Oh yeah, so sweet. Tell me about Thailand, bro.
Oh man. So after fighting the last Canterbury Throwdown, went over to Thailand, to Bangkok this time. So
Yeah.
heading up a
Yeah.
gym called Ditchapant this time. Ditchapant
Oh
is
yeah.
it's it's super solid, man. These
Yeah.
guys, they're absolute killers.
Yeah.
Absolute killers.
So you
And
would have learned heaps, bro.
oh, absolutely. Like it's got a style that's very friendly to my style. So I see it on Instagram and
Yeah.
I watch their fighters fights and I see they're doing like jumping knees and like super like even like jumping elbows and stuff
Oh,
like
really?
something like I interest in, you know? And
Yeah.
so I said, I think this is the gym I'll head up.
Yeah.
And so I get there and they've got like the foreign coaches now. They've got Thai coaches, and
Yeah.
the foreign coaches are JP Gallagher.
Oh,
He's Nico Carrillo's head coach,
yeah.
and
Fuck.
he's young as, but he's super keen on Muay Thai,
Yeah.
super detailed. Everything's just high level with him, and
Yeah.
get in there meeting all these fighters from one championship. Like
Oh,
some of these guys are like my age, like
yeah.
20, like one of them's 19 years old,
Yeah. Far out.
Alif Rakib. Oh my gosh. Like I was just the whole time I was just watching everybody train and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, the level here is ridiculous. But
Yeah.
for me, that just helped me raise my level up, like
Yeah.
higher and higher. It was amazing at that gym.
Yeah. I bet,
Absolutely
bro.
amazing.
That would have been awesome. And like for for them being a similar age to you, what was the big difference in like their technique and stuff, man? Like they'd be pretty sharp, but it's like you're also pretty sharp yourself, you know. So it's interesting to get that comparison, you know. Like what level do you, after seeing them, do you think that you're on par, like getting on par with what they're doing, or do you feel that you've got a bit to go?
Absolutely. Like I think in a lot of areas I'm on par with some of these guys, but because I started off coming from kickboxing,
Mm,
I think the big thing for this trip for me was improve my clinch big
mm.
time. Improve my clinch. And I remember day one getting clinched, got thrown in with like maybe a 50 kg fella. And I'm like I walk around like 65 kg
Yeah,
and this guy he just latches onto me and
yeah,
he just holds me and just knees me and knees me and knees me. And I'm like, oh my goodness,
yeah.
I think I've got some work to do in this area. So I was just every day at Sword Japan. So we do the morning session, afternoon session, every afternoon is like clinching half an hour straight, like
Yeah,
intense, no stop. Sometimes if you've got a fight coming up, they like shark tank you in the clinch, have people just grabbing onto you and just trying to kill you. And
yeah,
that was absolutely amazing. And the people there, there's a lot of really good clinches there. So
yeah,
they help teach me, they help make me better and better and better. So
yeah,
I'm pretty confident in my clinch now. And I'm
yeah,
trying to bring it back over here to New
yeah,
Zealand to show people at my gym as well. But
yeah, yeah.
like these guys, very like because I've had so many fights. They just know how to like land points. They know how to be super technical, even in the sparring, and
Yeah,
like just be like you try to hit them, they're just gone, and
yeah,
it's really impressive. But I felt in like the striking part of things, I was quite on par with a lot of these guys,
yeah,
but it was a good challenge for me though. Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely good
yeah.
challenge.
That would have been awesome, bro. Yeah, because clinch is sometimes um kind of overlooked a little bit in New Zealand. I feel like
Hmm,
there's some good clinchers around, like those guys up at there, Muay Thai and that, they got good clinch, and Rob Horrocks and those guys have got good clinch, and
absolutely.
MTC and that. But it's often hard, I think, in New Zealand for New Zealand fighters to transition in the fight when it's going from on the outside to the inside pocket and then into clinch,
Hmm,
especially in the middle of the ring.
absolutely,
And
yeah.
when it does, somebody normally drives, like they push it like a fucking
To
like
the
a
ring
scrum, and then
side, to the
to
ropes.
the corner, yeah.
Yeah, and they try to
It's a,
just make no space and just get broken up essentially, eh?
yeah, yeah. So it's a good spot, and good spot, and a good thing to be learning too, especially if you're able to bring back for the other guys in your team and that.
Absolutely. And
Mm,
then after that, yeah, like learning a lot. I think like 3 weeks, and then I had a fight booked. It was 3 weeks at the gym, had my
yeah,
first fight booked, and the boss, Chit Ditchapant, he runs the gym. He just said
yeah,
to me, "Okay, you fight Rajadamnern this
yeah,
day." I go, Rajadamnern. Okay, okay, sounds
yeah,
good. And
yeah,
so
yes,
when I heard that, it was like, whoa, that's like a bucket list thing. Like Lumpini,
yeah,
Rajadamnern, that's bucket list.
yeah,
So I was like really happy to hear that. Super happy.
yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So, how many fights did you have over there when you were there?
Unfortunately, this time I only managed to get one in
Yeah,
three
yeah,
months, just
yeah,
because in the fight at Rajadamnern, although I won it, but I came out
yeah,
with my nose slightly more on the right side of my face.
bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
saw
which
that. It
was
looked like a real. Like I haven't seen the fight, but I saw what you looked like afterwards. I was like,
yeah,
bro.
it was crazy. Like the first round, like because it's only a 3 round Muay Thai fight, so I
Mm,
kind of treated it as like I need to put a pace on, like similar to kickboxing. I need to
yeah,
make damage. I need to win these rounds. Otherwise,
yeah,
there's just gonna be like no chance if it goes
mm.
on to the end. You can't be like sabai
Yeah,
at these shows, and especially because the show's called Rajadamnern Knockout,
yeah.
and they say the knockout rate's 80% on the show.
Ah,
Yeah, and like I think on my show only 2 fights went to decision. So
wow.
and there was 7 fights, so it's pretty high knockout ratio. So
Yeah,
I was just trying to be in that fight, just fast, use my hands more against the
yeah,
Thai, just try to
yeah,
get in and use the hands. But
yeah,
yeah, like I get in there and he just latches around your neck and clinches. So I try using my technique, but it's way harder in the
mm,
fight than in the training, of course. But
yeah,
second round comes around and I'm using my hands a lot more, just trying to hurt his body, hurt his head, and
yeah,
all of a sudden I I'm like jabbing him, 3 jabs and a big right hook.
yeah,
And at the exact same time I throw the right hook,
yeah.
he throws a right elbow. So
Oh,
I hit him, he hits me right on the bridge of my nose.
yeah,
And as he hit me, I remember closing my eyes because he's just hit me really, really hard.
yeah,
And I open my eyes and I see him just swaying back and forth like rocked,
yeah,
the most rocked I've seen any of my opponents before, to be honest. And
yeah.
I just followed up maybe 3 more shots and boom, he just face plants,
Oh,
which
wow.
was which was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And I turn away and I can't even feel my nose at this point, bro. I can't even feel it. It was a really weird feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
Yeah,
that's all right. But so fuck, man, that sounds like a hell of a fucking exchange, man.
yeah, man. Just one moment, boom,
Yeah, and that was it. And
both
so that
knees
you knocked him
knockout.
out. That was it.
Yeah, that was it. And
Fuck.
I celebrated, like, cheer, and then I just looked down at my, like, body, and
Yeah,
there's blood all over my body,
yeah,
and I'm like, far out. I must have a bleeding nose.
yeah.
And then my coach, my corner man, he's like, "Oh, little cut, no worries." And so I was bleeding out my nose, and I had a cut where I
Oh, right. Oh,
right here
yeah.
as well. And
All
so
right.
the first time for everything, first time getting my nose broken, first time having a bleeding nose in my life, and
Yeah.
first time being cut in a fight. So it was
Oh, wow.
phenomenal.
Fuck yeah, that's a
Phenomenal.
oh, that's good, bro. Fuck, I remember sometimes, I'd get into if I hadn't like done any decent sparring for a while, every now and then I'd get a smack on the nose and it would just out with blood. Like be like once a year, and then after that it'd be
Oh
fine. But
man,
yeah,
it's just
it's
like a tap. It just turns on and just starts
yeah,
streaming, eh?
yeah, it's a weird feeling, eh?
Yeah, and you can taste, like, metal in your mouth when it's happening as
Yeah,
well. You're like,
yeah,
far out, there's something wrong here. It's not quite right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, so
that
that would
was,
have that would have that would have yeah shortened up the possibilities to be able to fight again for a wee while.
yeah.
Yeah,
I After that I ended up, like, having a decent, like, week off. I went up to
yeah,
Chiang Mai, and
yeah,
just looked around, did my exploring,
yeah,
became a tourist for, like, a couple of weeks pretty much, and did
yeah,
a bit of
yeah,
training
yeah,
up in Chiang Mai, but more just
yeah, yeah,
relax.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
after that, back to the gym, and I
yeah,
knew, oh, I actually, I was like, during the fight, I thought, oh, maybe it's not broken, maybe it's just a big swollen nose, you know. And then so I took the few weeks off, and my nose, like, it looked like it was healed up, it looked normal.
yeah,
And I was, like, squeezing my nose, touching my nose, hitting my nose a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, we're good. It's not broken. It's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
broken.
yeah, yeah,
And then I booked myself another fight. They tried to get me fights in Koh Samui
yeah,
on Samui Super Fight,
yeah,
and then it ended up being Rajadamnern game. So I was preparing for Rajadamnern once again, and then I took one clean punch on the nose, one boxing sparring, and it wasn't even that hard. He just hit me, boom, and I just felt my in my, like, whole head just boom crack,
yeah, yeah.
and I knew, oh yeah, I think it's broken. And then blood starts going down my nose again, and
Yeah.
I was really thinking, oh no, it's not broken. It can't be. And
Yeah.
then my coach sees me, and he's like, no, cancel fight. Your nose broken.
Yeah.
And he's just taking me to boss, and
Yeah.
boss looks at me. He's like, okay, I see,
Yeah.
because I got blood
Yeah.
all over my face, and
Yeah.
the boss is like, oh, I see what you mean, no fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
it's funny how they deal with things over in Thailand. They just go, oh, you can fight, no worries, don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super, super chilled. Like, all the coaches very animated and have their own personalities, which
Yeah.
is it was absolutely amazing. And so
Yeah.
that was disappointing and heartbreaking for me on this
Yeah.
trip, the nose break. But I try to make the most of it, you know.
Yeah. It's when you get injured, eh, when you're over there training. Like the I was training for a fight in 2016. I was over at Sitman. I was 10 days out from the fight and like broke my foot just sparring. I
Oh
was
shit.
sparring Pitch Sitman guy and he just like I threw a kick and he just like swept my grounded leg and just like
Oh.
rolled. I thought I just rolled my ankle, but I turned out I'd broken it. I still kept training. I couldn't kick, but I could knee and punch and stuff because that was only like
Mm.
3 days into the fight game. I was like, oh, stink. And getting injured just sucks, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with the sport of Muay Thai kickboxing.
Mm,
You're throwing shins and elbows and all these
Yeah.
things at each other,
Yeah.
and you're bound to get injured here or there, you know. So
Yeah, bro.
I realized that on this trip, this is probably like my first real injury
Yeah.
coming from the sport
Yeah.
of Muay Thai and kickboxing.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely an experience, you know. Like
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I've learned to I need to take some rest, you know. I need to
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just jump
Yeah.
straight in there after getting elbowed in the face.
Yeah. You need to relax that over. It is hard when you're over there, and especially when you're keen like you are. It's just like, oh fuck,
Absolutely.
you're right. Yeah, yeah. That'd be good. And so you have been keeping an eye on what's been going on back home with some of these fights with some of these boys, have you?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I've been watching the fights back home. I watched a bit of the King of Kings
Yeah.
back.
This
I
was
watched it from Thailand. I
yeah.
managed to find like someone doing an Instagram live stream.
Yeah,
So
mean.
I was tuning into that, and man, like all the fights in there, because we had one fighter on that the first fight of the night on King of
Yes.
Kings. We had our boy Mel, he fought, and
Yeah.
then I watched the last few fights, of course, Cody Cioni, Alex
Yeah.
Sorensen,
Yeah.
because I've got big interest in these fights. You know, that's my weight class. I called them out before, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was watching that, and also Lucas McAdams and
Yeah.
Dominic Reed, which like that fight was phenomenal. That was a phenomenal fight.
Yeah. Yeah. It was awesome. It was they were certainly different under glory rules, you know. I think um made it quite lot different over. Fuck, that fight with
Absolutely.
Dominic and Lucas was just really good. I was spoken with Steve about it. It's kind of like, well, you know, Lucas is one of the young guys sort of coming through, and Dominic's been around for quite a while too. And
Hmm.
like yourself, and there's that sort of group of you guys that are
That we're
sort of
trying to break
breaking it,
through, you know, we're trying to
break
break through.
through.
And
You know,
Lucas
where Dominic.
Lucas did that super, super well. Like that was a phenomenal performance. Like I've got big
Yeah,
respect for all those boys like in my weight class
mm,
because like
yeah,
like there's like no animosity at all. It's just like,
yeah,
oh, these guys in my weight class, they're really damn good. Uh,
yeah,
let's put our skills to the test. You know, we want to
yeah,
like because we can only fight so many people in New Zealand before we bounce over to Australia or Thailand, you know. So like we
mm,
kind of have to test each other, and then we go off to wherever we're
yeah,
going, you know. And
yeah.
so that's what I want.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool, bro. Like, because you're all by doing that sort of sharpen each other for it too, You know, like it's sort of like,
Absolutely.
especially you've got good experience in Thailand. Lucas has had good experience in Thailand. You know, this Dominic's the same. He's been over there a bit, and it's pretty. So, what did you think about the format with those young guys coming through now,
Oh,
Mason and Kahui and that?
Kahui, yeah. So Mason Ratima, this guy never backs down, right? He never backs
Nah,
down. And then
nah,
like I know Anurag and
yeah,
I know Kahui.
yeah,
I've met them quite a few times, and I've not met Mason too many times. I've seen him out back at the fights, but I
yeah,
knew this guy. He was gonna be like a proper. He's gonna. I could see that he's just so into the sport, and
mm,
he's so aggressive when he gets in there. He's
yeah.
just never gonna back down, you know. So I
No,
thought I watched a bit of the four-man. It was pretty damn good. Like the skill level of all these guys, even though like I don't know how many fights they've had. Like the skill level for the amount of fights these boys have had is like phenomenal, you know. Like
yeah.
they come from all good camps, and they just fought really technically. And the guy from Night MMA,
Oh,
this guy, he's just throwing like shins at people and spinning and jumping.
yeah,
It's just crazy. I loved it. I loved it.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
He's an
man.
interesting man. We've done a bit of sparring with him, and he comes at you like he's done a lot of taekwondo. And he's pretty good. He fought on another show. I thought he fought Kahui or someone.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought he.
that's right. He fought on the same show that I fought Sean Spencer on.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was I think Kahui or whoever he fought beat him in the end, but
Yeah,
he started out with that like real like just like a helicopter, eh? He's just like throwing
yeah.
shit all over the show.
That
But
stuff's like for like at the start of a fight when they coming at you just jumping and spinning, like that's
yeah,
like super like scary. You're like, oh, I need to survive this and find a way to not get kicked in the head. You know, it's
yeah,
like it's really hard. Like I've sparred quite a few dudes that have this style, and
yeah,
it's a nightmare at the start, and then you have to do like the maths. You're like, oh, I have to just get this close, need to be head to head, and just give him no space. Otherwise,
yeah.
he's gonna chop my head off with a spinning kick. It's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, like all those fights they were really close. To be fair, like all of those fights
Yeah,
were such even level, and
yeah,
like
yeah,
I watched the Kahui and Mason fight, and I thought it could have gone either way. It could have gone either
mm,
way. It was just a constant back and forth of just like flurries from each boy, you know?
yeah, yeah. That's true. And what did you think of that fight with Alex and Cody? Well, that was a
Alex and
pretty
Cody,
tight
yeah.
fight, eh? It's
Like
a banger.
Cody, oh, that was a banger. That was an absolute banger. Like
Mm,
Cody, he's his boxing's really good. Like he's fought like Nort Beauchamp twice,
mm,
and like his boxing's like, and I've fought him as well, and I can
mm,
say his boxing's like his strong suit, his volume in his boxing, and then he just
mm.
mixes in like a spinning kick here and there, and like
Yeah,
a kick here and there, and it just catches you off guard. And then Alex, oh man, his like clinch and his like sweeps were like it was proper beautiful, eh? It was
yeah,
sweep down, down
yeah,
he goes, and I thought
yeah,
personally, I thought Alex had it.
yeah.
I thought Alex had it, and even I saw that Cody even said, oh, he thought Alex won. I just thought
Mm,
Alex was just more effective and did he showed more. He showed more like knees, kicks, sweeps,
mm,
and
mm,
but it was definitely a close fight though. It was
mm.
back and forth the whole time. The whole
Yeah,
time back and forth.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was cool, eh? Be good to see that one go down again, eh? Be cool.
Yeah, good rematch. Like
Yeah,
I know Alex is wanting to do full Thai rules,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and Cody's definitely the K1 fighter. They come from South Island Liga. Like
Mm,
it's more of
yeah.
a kickboxing gym, you know. So
Mm.
like
It's a
I think yeah, if it was Muay Thai, it would just be it's a completely different sport to
yeah,
like kickboxing. Like you have to do like rules to meet in the middle to have like the best of both worlds without the elbows and stuff, you know.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's although Cody's fought he fought in a fight Muay Thai in that Arsenal X fight that he had, and
Oh,
he was
true that.
fucking he came out pretty hard with some fucking cool elbows too. So he
Yeah,
can
man.
definitely do it, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be interesting. Or Alex's style will would lend itself obviously more to Muay Thai. I think in a Muay Thai
Mm.
rules fight, it'll be a little. It's different again, I think Glory rules because they're both sort of on the front foot in Glory rules. Whereas this one, I think Alex his stance will play like a really big part
Big
of where
part,
that fight goes
absolutely.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when you can work in the clinch for more than 5 seconds and
Mm,
get positions where you can just like trap people and just knee, or even get to
yeah.
positions where you can set up elbows. It just
Yeah.
it's a completely different sport, and there's so many more dangers to worry about. Like it takes
Mm,
absolutely ages to get used to it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like still
Yeah.
like I've had a few Muay Thai fights now, but like I've had definitely way more kickboxing, but getting
Yeah.
hit in the face by an elbow is always a shock. It's always like, what the hell? I just got hit by an elbow.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't want to have that happen too many times, you know?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, so what's the plan for you for the rest of the year and 2024?
Oh, so basically back in New Zealand, just working at the moment, waiting for the
Yeah.
schnoz to heal up and
Yeah.
working. And when I can get this nose back run up and running and
Yeah.
some high intensity sparring, I'll try to start looking for fights either
yeah,
here in New Zealand. I'm hearing something about February
yeah,
up in Auckland, or potentially a fight up there.
yeah,
But I have plans to go back to Thailand
yeah,
around March, April.
yeah,
But my coach Alex, he's over in China right now,
yeah,
and he's trying to get some connections for myself to go kickboxing in China,
yeah,
which would be absolutely phenomenal. And
yeah, man.
on my trip in Thailand, I even made connections in Japan,
Yeah,
China, people from really, really famous like Muay Thai gyms in Japan
yeah,
that can get fights and shows like K1 World Grand Prix,
yeah,
Rise, etc. And uh, the head coach from that gym was my pad holder for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So I was like, I want to come to back to Japan. I want to come to Japan. And he
yeah,
said,
yeah,
I can get you a good fight. I can get you a good fight. And I
yeah.
said, okay, that I'm coming to Japan. So
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome, bro. That'd be
yeah,
cool.
so the plan is after February, go back Japan, Thailand, Japan. Like
Yeah,
Japan's actually been like a big goal of mine. Like
yeah,
that's a big goal of mine. I want to fight in Japan. Uh,
mm,
Absolutely. So I'll just try getting back overseas and getting back into the same gym I was in Thailand, because the connections that gym have is just absolutely ridiculous.
yeah. That's cool, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
man.
cool.
So that's the big
Try and
plan.
stay over. Try and stay over there for a while.
Absolutely. So this time, because I planned 3 months because I had to come back and manage the gym here in
Yeah,
Christchurch. And so, and everyone thought, oh, he's going over for forever, you know? But
yeah,
this time, just 3 months, just 3 months. But next time, I
yeah,
would love to stay there almost full time, see how
yeah,
long I can stay over there, and
yeah,
just keep fighting, and just build my way up to like like one championship.
yeah,
That's a big goal, or even these big shows over in Japan, which would
yeah,
be absolutely ideal, you know?
yeah. I like that you're thinking of the big picture, bro. Like that's cool. Like, there's definitely a couple of good guys over here that everybody would love to see you fight as well. And
Absolutely.
but if you get those opportunities, like when you're really like in depth with, you can get into Japan and make those connections. I think that's the better decision to make. You know, like
Yeah,
if you don't want to miss those opportunities, eh? So
yeah,
I think that that's cool too.
absolutely. Yeah, there's still plenty of fights here in New Zealand.
Mm.
Because I think my weight class is probably the most stacked weight class in all of
Oh,
New Zealand, to be
100%.
fair.
Yeah,
Like there's
$100%.
so many boys, and then there's so many up and coming guys. Like
Yeah,
still, like there's like, as we said, like Mason Rathima, like all those guys that were on the 4-man tournament.
yeah, yeah.
They're
Because
coming
then
up. Yeah.
that was even on King of the Ring, like AJ's fighting
Oh, AJ Foster,
Boston,
yeah, the
Boston
young lads.
Moylan. You know, but I think they're fighting at like 60 or 61 or something. You know, so um, they're young again. You know, like
Yeah,
but then I think AJ turns 18 in April, man. You know, so they're going to be sort of looking to match, I'd imagine, like with Mason and that. Like AJ's had quite a few fights. Boston's done pretty well as well, So
mm,
it'd be interesting to see how that fight goes. It should be pretty cool. Be a good
yeah.
match.
I saw because I knew AJ from when I went down to shows in Timaru
Oh yeah,
a
yeah,
few
yeah,
times. I've met him a few times down there, and
yeah,
then I see him. Oh, he's on King of the Ring on a super fight, because
yeah,
I remember he moved up to Auckland,
yeah,
and I didn't see much of him like anywhere around. I was like, oh, where is this guy gone? I forgot about him. And
yeah,
then
yeah,
now I see him on King of the Ring, which is absolutely sick. You know,
yeah, yeah.
that's a
I,
big show you want to be on.
yeah, I think it's awesome because they've got a couple of like younger fighters on there. There's AJ in Boston, and then the young girl Nesbitt.
Oh,
Sorry, she's
from City
fighting.
Kickboxing, right?
Yeah, Ashley Nesbitt. That's it.
Mm.
Is fighting a girl from Sarah. I forget her last name, but she's just fought recently as well, and she's not too bad either. She's I'm just trying to remember which gym she's out of, but she's very talented. So that'd be a good
Mm,
fight. Too. And it's awesome that King of the Ring have got bringing these young guys onto the show. Give them a
that's
look.
exactly true. Yeah.
Uh,
That
oh,
allowing
hey.
the opportunity is like amazing to get to like televised to New
Mm,
Zealand. You got these young guns
yeah,
being
yeah,
shown to the whole of New Zealand essentially, which is awesome.
yeah. And there'll be people, I'm sure watching it in Australia and places like that because that's what these kids need because they're sort of running out of opponents as well. Or they have run out of
Mm.
opponents in a lot of cases. So that'd be awesome. Oh, bro, thanks for your time on a Sunday, man. It's been
Oh
awesome to
man,
see
thank
you.
you for having me.
Yeah, man, and we'll definitely have to catch up soon. You have to come down or we'll have to do something, bro. But especially if you're heading
Absolutely,
away
bro.
again.
Yeah,
And
man,
then
that'll be awesome.
yeah. Okay, hey bro, we'll catch up.
Sweet as. We'll see you later, eh?
Okay, man. See you, brother. Bye.
Have a good one.